I guess Valerie Bryson felt the need for a little attention. So she went running to Nancy Carr, who thought that the story was so touching, the whole world should know about your affair.
Yeah, but where did this photograph come from? That's what I want to know.
Well, I think your little friend studied under the paparazzi school of photojournalism.
Well, it's just a photograph of a man in bandages. It doesn't identify him in any way. It could be anybody.
Well, read it, darling, and have your hanky ready for the tears, because it is so romantic.
Oh, come on.
Romeo and Juliet would seem like casual acquaintances next to you.
Well, you know what this is. It's just newspaper hype. They use it to sell newspapers. It doesn't mean a thing.
Oh, please, read it. See how cultured you are.
Shakespeare, Keats, Shelley. Well, it is true. I read quite a bit to pass the time when I was there.
Is that how you put the make on Valerie Bryson?
Oh, Raven, come on. I was stuck in a hospital for 2 months. Valerie Bryson was a diversion for me, nothing more.
Well, I'm not worried.
Well, you've got no reason to.
But I am worried about our secret. Listen to this. Valerie Bryson last saw her faceless lieutenant some 3 years ago. 2 weeks after they said goodbye, the bandages that prevented her from seeing his face were removed. But to this day, she has no idea what face appeared. But now, there is a glimmer of hope that she will see Jim Diedrichson again face to face, if the speculation proves true that the ex-soldier is residing somewhere in the vicinity of Monticello. Now, why would they think that?
I don't know.
I think they want to find Jim Diedrichson. And if they want to find him, they just might find Jefferson Brown.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Bold 3, detergent plus full-strength fabric softener, and by Mild Ivory Liquid. It helps hands stay young-looking.
Susan Lane and her daughter Carrie often fool people.
Mom looks so young, people think we're sisters. Even her hands look young, similar to mine.
Showing fabrics as I do, I want my hands to look good. So I take care of them. And I use a mild dishwashing liquid, too.
She uses Ivory Liquid, and so do I.
Because you're never too young to take care of your hands.
It's never too soon for Ivory Liquid. Feel the softness of Ivory Liquid. It's mild, helps care for hands. It helps hands stay young-looking.
Even the suds feel soft.
Yet nothing gets dishes cleaner than Ivory Liquid.
It cleans really well. But mainly I love the mildness. And I want to keep my hands looking young, like Mom's. I think I've got a real good start with Ivory Liquid.
Get mild Ivory Liquid because young-looking hands are worth holding on to.
You did it!
Just takes know-how, Mom.
Well, I hope you know how to get a good old-fashioned clean. That velour top is dirty.
No problem.
You can get that clean?
Old-fashioned clean with Bold 3 detergent plus fabric softener.
Come on. An old-fashioned clean from a detergent with a newfangled fabric softener?
Absolutely. Plus, you'll love the softness from Bold 3's newfangled fabric softener.
I'll have to see it and feel it.
You will.
No more tire treads. That's an old-fashioned clean.
And?
Feels downright snuggly.
And no static cling here.
I see it and I feel it. That's
know-how, Mom.
Bold 3 for an old-fashioned clean plus a newfangled fabric softener.
What if this article starts off some sort of massive manhunt?
Don't worry about it, Angel.
How can you be so calm? Everything could be ruined.
Use your common sense. No one knows what Jim Diedrichson looks like. And you can believe me, he's not about to come forward and announce his presence.
I just hope you covered your tracks.
Jim Diedrichson is someone who is not going to be found. You look at the newspaper tomorrow and it'll be full of other human interest stories. Jim Diedrichson will be old news.
I just hope you're right.
This is quite a touching story.
Yeah, it turned out pretty well.
Do you really think you'll see your faceless lieutenant again?
Carlo, I don't know.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
You know, this might be good for business. People may come to the Crown Studios just to see the famous Valerie Bryson.
I didn't mean to become a household word. Oh, Carlo, do you think it was a mistake? My letting him publish this story?
You had a reason, didn't you? You wanted to see your friend again, I'm sure.
Yeah, if only out of curiosity.
Nothing more than that.
No. I got over my feelings for Jim a long time ago.
Out of sight, out of mind. Works that way sometimes. But it's surprising how feelings can come rushing back when you see someone again. Someone you really cared for. Valerie, have you heard about our cover for Bazaar?
Oh, yes, Carlo, that's fabulous.
Yeah. Only one element missing now. Martine hasn't agreed to do it.
Oh, you're kidding. She doesn't want to be a cover girl?
She thinks it's too much exposure as a model. She still thinks of herself as a dancer, you know. Oh, she was exquisite as a dancer. Fluid, graceful, but with something else, just a certain tension that just kept you right on the edge of your chair. When I saw her in Paris, she was just not to be believed.
Carlo, do you mean that? You saw Martine dance in Paris?
Yes, I did.
Well, I always thought you two met for the first time at the Whitney wedding.
I saw Martine dance in Paris, but I didn't actually meet her until she posed by the punch bowl at the Whitney house. Oh, big favor. Lock up.
Sure.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Won't you order something, even just a salad?
No, I wish I could stay, but I promised Miles and Nicole I'd babysit for Adam so they could go out for dinner.
Please say hello for me.
I will. You know, I wish I had invited you when I wasn't so pressed for time. It's just that I had to talk to you.
I'm glad you did. It's been too long, Jody.
Yes, it has. It's been very hectic for me the past few months. I don't think I've had 10 minutes to myself.
I blame myself for the time that's grown between us. I'm very sorry.
Why?
I couldn't stand to see you while you were under the influence of Scarlett Whitney. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. I know you didn't like my working for Sky.
Don't misunderstand, Jody. I was never angry or resentful. I was just very worried about you.
Well, you don't have to worry now.
So it's definite. Have you told Scarlett Whitney that you were going to leave the company?
Yes, I did.
And? He accepted it?
Well, he wasn't exactly very gracious about it, but what choice did he have?
Jody, I admire you for having the courage to break with Scarlett Whitney. I'm very proud of you. And if he does try to get you to change your mind, be strong.
I will. Especially since I have Gavin on my side.
Of course you have Gavin. And the support is not only professional.
No. No, we've become very close. The truth is, I'm in love with him, Martine.
I know.
You do?
I've known that for some time.
I really don't know how it happened. I mean, maybe it was because we were spending so much time together and shared similar interests. I was just going along, minding my own business, and one day it was just there, and there was no denying it.
You can't deny love, Judy.
Martine, I can't help but feel that somewhere along the line I've hurt you.
You did not steal my lover, if that's what you think. You merely fell in love with someone that I once cared for very much, that's all.
Is it really over between you and Gavin?
What existed between Gavin and I was just a dream.
Martine, what I have with Gavin, I don't want it to be a dream. I want it to be real.
I hope it is real, Judy. Your happiness means a lot to me.
And I want it to be forever. Or is that asking for too much?
It's never felt better. My hair feels so good and healthy. Know why? I colored it, then conditioned it in a whole new way, with Nice and Easy and its brand new conditioner, Lasting Touch. I got all this beautiful color, yet my hair's better conditioned than before I colored it. The cleaner, all that soft, shiny, silky goodness lasts longer than with any other hair color, at any price. Nice and Easy. It sells the most, now it conditions the most.
When the pain starts here, the pain stops here. When the pain starts here, the pain stops here. With the Buffered Extra Strength relief you'll find in new Extra Strength Bufferin. 1,000 milligrams of strong aspirin, the strongest dosage you can buy, combined with special protection against aspirin stomach upset. Anacin and Bayer don't give protection. Regular Tylenol's not as strong and can't give aspirin doctors prefer. But Extra Strength Bufferin does. The pain stops here with new Extra Strength Bufferin in tablets and capsules.
Forever is a very long time, Judy.
Do you think I'm being naive?
I hope your relationship is going to be forever if that's what you want. But if it's not, you should be happy with what you get now. Live for the moment. Get everything you can out of the time you have to spend together. This way, even if it does end, you can look back with no regrets.
Sounds like very good advice.
There is something to be taken from every relationship.
Is that how you feel?
You know, Gavin helped me to grow as a person. And in a funny way, I don't regret the time I spent with Skylar Whitney.
What about Collier Wells? Do you regret him?
Collier Wells was a boy, disguised as a man. A little more maturity on his part, on mine as well, I suppose. And we might have been able to make it work.
I'm sorry it turned out the way it did.
Can I tell you something?
Of course you can.
I think of Collier every day. He's with me all the time.
So you do have regrets?
There are exceptions for every rule, especially those I make up.
You still love him, don't you?
Maybe I could. If I ever found him again.
You have been at me all night about that gun. Now, you gonna let me at least drink my beer in peace?
No. Now that you've stuffed yourself sufficiently, there's only one thing to do. That's go back to the studio, get that silly pea shooter of yours, and walk off this meal and throw it in the river.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna take a moonlit walk with you down by the river. You're not my type.
That is not funny, Gavin. Look, you have got to get rid of this pistol, and the sooner the better.
Look, buddy, I appreciate your concern. I don't like having a gun around any more than you do.
Then why don't you get rid of it?
I can't.
Why not?
I need it.
Oh, Gavin Wiley, mild-mannered dance instructor, suddenly needs to carry firearms?
That's right. I need it to protect myself.
That's what guys like me are for, remember?
Look, maybe if you'd been through what I've been through, you'd understand. I still wake up nights in a cold sweat thinking about what Gunther did to me in that alley. He's not going to do it again.
Oh, so now you think if you had had a weapon with you, it would have been any different?
I don't know. I would have put up a good fight, I can tell you that.
Gavin, it probably would have turned out a whole lot worse.
Who knows? Who knows? It's ancient history, Calvin. But I do feel better having a gun in the studio after Gunther's threat.
Okay? Hey. Okay, have it your way. Just don't say you haven't been warned. Okay, so no walk by the river. So what are you going to do tonight?
I don't know. I thought I'd give Jody a call later, see if I can help her babysit.
Babysit, huh? I remember I used to call it that.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. There isn't anybody in town for me to call. Or, just maybe there is.
I've already been through today's mail, Marcus, so why don't you just put that thing down?
Any checks in that mail, lady?
You'll only make it worse for yourself.
My problem's gonna be over just as soon as you give me some money so I can blow this town.
You know, you've got one hell of a nerve. You already stuck me with a $10,000 bail bond.
So what's a few more bucks between friends? Fork over some more cash and put on my tab.
Marcus, you've got to give yourself up.
Thanks for the suggestion.
They'll catch you, you know that.
I got friends who'll take care of me. All I got to do is get to them.
If you run away now, you'll be running for the rest of your life.
If I don't run away, I'm good for a nice long stretch. Yeah, the rent is right, but everything about the deal stinks. So no thank you, lady.
You know, I might be able to work something out with the DA. He's a friend of mine. it might not be so bad for you.
If you don't give me some money right now, you ain't gonna have to worry about paying back no $10,000 or anything else, because you're gonna be one dead lawyer.
How about a bath, Tiger?
Wait, it's too hot.
Well, it feels just right to me.
It won't to Davy. To a baby, just right means special care. Even his clothes have to be just right. So I wash them in this for that ivory snow softness. I think it's just right.
Ivory Snow starts with pure soap. That's what gives babies' clothes that ivory snow softness.
It's soft.
Just right.
Ivory Snow, just right for babies' clothes.
Long distance, Aunt Claire.
I'm an aunt. Oh, let me turn this off. Oh, bye. You're an uncle.
A hungry one.
The chicken must have soaked up a lot of oil.
Won't it taste greasy?
Well, I used Crisco oil. Let's see. Looks good, huh?
Good. It's fantastic. How do you know about Crisco oil?
Aunts know these things.
Now in a clear bottle, Crisco oil for fried foods that taste delicious, not greasy.
Oh, honey, you're not going to make my safeguard any smaller, are you?
Who, me?
Look, this soap has nice lather.
No soap tops Safeguard's rich lather.
This little number has a nice scent.
But I love Safeguard's clean, fresh scent.
Well, here's some dandy deodorant soap protection.
Come on, you can't beat Safeguard for deodorant soap protection.
Lather, protection, great scent. My Safeguard's getting smaller.
For the combination of lather and protection, fresh-smelling Safeguard's the smallest soap in the house.
Marcus, this escape plan of yours isn't going to work. Face it and give yourself up.
I'm not going back to jail. No way. Come on, you're supposed to be one of those smart college ladies. You figured out how to get your hands on that 10 grand. Might have enough brains in that pretty head to figure out how to get some more.
Don't you know anything about the bail bond system? That was not my $10,000.
Whose was it then? The Tooth Fairy?
I went to a bail bondsman. All I had to do was to put up 10% of that money, and I had to borrow that from a friend. But if you skip town, I'll have to pay back the entire amount, and believe me, I'll be paying it back for years.
Yeah, not as many years as they'll put me away for if I don't run away.
You don't know that.
Look, I did mug that lady. That's good for 5 years stretching the joint for sure. Now, don't answer it.
I've got to.
No, you don't.
Now, look, Marcus, I had a date tonight, and my boyfriend is a cop. Now, I was supposed to meet him downstairs right about now. If I don't answer that phone, he's going to worry about me, and he might come up here. Now, you don't want that kind of trouble now, do you?
All right, answer. Tell him you got to work late.
Scott and Nelson, attorneys at law. Dee Dee Bannister speaking.
My. Don't you sound official this evening?
Hello, Calvin.
Hi.
I called your apartment, but I didn't get any answers, so I figured a legal crusader like yourself is probably burning the midnight oil.
Yes, I am pretty busy right now.
Yeah, well, you know what they say about all work and no play. Listen, why don't you let me drag you away from those briefs and subpoenas and stuff, and let's go out and see a movie.
I don't think I can make it tonight, Calvin.
Come on, you can even pick the picture. I'll treat. You'll have to buy the popcorn, but what could be fairer?
I'm very selective when it comes to movies.
Yeah, so, okay.
The only movie I would even consider seeing tonight is The Beatles' second picture.
The what?
You know, The Beatles' second picture. It's that or nothing, Calvin. Goodbye. There, I think that got rid of him.
Hi, baby, what's shaking?
Sid, you like the Beatles?
Yeah, I'm crazy about them. Why?
I was just trying to figure out the title of one of their movies.
Hard Day's Night. That's the first one.
Yeah, no, it's the second. What's the title of the second one?
The second one. Na 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 yellow submarine la la dee da da da. Oh wait. I know. Ya da 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 da. Help! I need somebody. Help!
Hell.
Hello.
Kelly, hi. Well, you're right on time.
Wow, how about that? Must have been the first thing I've done right today.
Oh, did you have a rough day?
I just haven't been able to focus my attention on anything I've been doing. My mind's been wandering a lot.
Well, what's the matter?
It was more difficult than I thought reading this story about you and Jim.
You're just being silly. My relationship with Jim ended 3 years ago.
I hate to say this, but I hope this article doesn't produce the results that it's supposed to. I'd hate to see the former faceless wonder show up without those wrappings.
Well, you're really uptight about this, aren't you?
A reunion between you and the lieutenant might produce a tremendous follow-up article for Nancy, but I'd hate to see it happen.
Well, I'm flattered to hear that. But I'll tell you something, Mr. McGrath. You have no competition, okay? Let's drop the whole subject and just go out and have a good time tonight.
You got yourself a deal.
I gotta lock up. Let me get my keys.
Okay. No matter what you say, you must still be curious a little.
About what?
About what Jim Dietrichson would look like in this picture without those bandages on.
I thought we weren't going to talk about that anymore. But you're right, I would.
Well, who knows? You might find out.
You want to know something funny, Kelly?
Sure, I could use a good laugh right now.
It's occurred to me that I've heard Jim's voice somewhere lately. I just wish I could remember where it was.
Well, he has been on your mind a lot lately. You know, the power of suggestion can do strange things.
But I'm not imagining, Kelly. I know I've heard it somewhere.
So, Valerie, you're trying to find Jim Dietrichson, huh? Well, we're just going to have to do something about that.
How you doing, boss?
Where the hell have you been, Gunther?
Out.
What kind of an answer is that?
Well, now, don't get your feathers all ruffled. I have been taking care of business.
Really, huh?
Well, I'm all set, boss. I mean, I have my affairs in order, and I am all set to be killed.
Come, discover the beauty cream that creates magic you can feel. There is only one, Night of Olay. Touch this greaseless cream and feel the richness. See it penetrate deep, nourishing skin, and watch as it eases dryness, luxuriate in the softness it regenerates, and recapture the lustrous look of another, younger time. Feel the magic of Night of Olay. It can help you look younger, too.
Here she is, the famous Inspector 12. She makes sure that Hanes' men's and boys' t-shirts and briefs are as good as we say they are. Inspector 12. She pokes. She stretches, and that's just the beginning. Once again, Hanes' t-shirts and briefs pass the lasting quality test.
They don't say Hanes until I say they say Hanes.
Now on sale, men's and boys' all cotton underwear and boxers.
Tonight at 7:30, it's the conclusion of the bunkers and inflation on All in the Family. Then at 8, Louis Jourdan stars in the Channel 48 Thursday night movie To Die in Paris.
I dropped by the Wiley Dance Studio this evening. Twinkle Toes was out, so I let myself in, if you know what I mean. I mean, that lock was just like butter. And I found his little pop gun, and I took these out. Voila.
Gunther, for God's sake, don't be a fool.
Huh? What's your problem?
Mrs. Whitney is in the house. How would you like for her to see these, Gunther? For God's sakes, try to be a little bit careful, will you?
Well, I was careful. I was careful enough to make sure there's nothing but blanks in Wiley's gun. I mean, when he shoots me, he ain't gonna hit a thing.
Good work, huh?
Yeah. And when he pulls that trigger, something very interesting is gonna happen. Would you like to see?
See what?
Shoot me.
What?
Right now. Now, come on, come on.
I'm in no mood for games, Gunther.
Now, put your little finger out like a six-shooter right there and pump me full of lead. Come on. Come on, just do it. Shoot me. Come on. Just one little bitty shot. Shoot me.
Bang.
Ah. You got me.
How did you do that?
It's just like in Hollywood, Mr. Whitney. See that? You put a little bag under your shirt with some red ink in it, you squeeze it, instant blood. I guess I better get myself cleaned up.
What do you make from hamburger that's not the same old grind?
Velveeta just popping with good ideas.
How do you get an apple and 2 slices of bread to add up to a snack?
Velveeta just popping with good ideas.
What are you left with when there are no leftovers?
Velveeta just popping with good ideas. No wonder it's so popular. America spells cheese. K-R-A-F-T.
Hey, Mom, you making your spaghetti sauce?
No, it's new Prego.
My wife using sauce from a jar?
Prego's not like other jar sauce. It's like my homemade.
But, Mom, what about all that good stuff you put into yours?
Yeah.
It's in there.
Parsley and basil and oregano?
See? It's in there.
But you can't get homemade taste from a jar.
You can now.
Introducing Prego spaghetti sauce. All natural ingredients, homemade taste. It's in there.
Uh-huh. See?
And it's good.
Land sharks have been sighted in the Philadelphia area. Reports say they're most likely to be found every Monday through Friday nights at 11 around Channel 48 because it's Saturday night, all week long, with the original Not Ready for Primetime players beginning next Monday. And now, stay tuned for The Love Boat.
On WKBS Channel 48, Burlington, Philadelphia.